also plays the tuba.
That was a beautiful.
Just a little dash camming on 94 westbound about Moroz on the way home from work. It's about to be Christmas break. Yeah!
Play in tuba Christmas concerts.
Friday about the 22nd?
It gets bigger.
So Christmas is that Monday coming up here. I'm just drafting off this Swift guy here. You know, he's blocking the wind for me, and my car is loving it. It's just cruising here at the real high dollar sign of fuel efficiency is what I'm talking about. Tubas. This is what 383.5 tubas sounds.
You're listening to All Things Considered.
Support for NPR comes from the station and from Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments team of specialists offer guidance on investing, retirement income, and Social Security. FisherInvestments.com. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. From the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation, supporting books, radio, podcasts, film, television, theater, and more to bridge science and the humanities. From the John D. and Catherine T. MacArthur Foundation, recognizing exceptionally creative individuals. This year's MacArthur Fellows and more information are at macfound.org. And from the Doris Duke Foundation, which aims to support
Got done painting the house on Woodingham in Clinton Township, and then went and put an awning up on Mabray. Yeah, just working a little definitely. I busted out today for a few hours to go to a service, memorial service for Trish's Uncle D. And so I didn't quite get 8 hours in, but I worked till 6 o'clock, so it's all good.
That's coming up at 6:30. Michigan Radio is giving listeners several chances to travel with us in 2024. You can take in the stunning sights of Utah's national parks in April, including towering cliffs and painted canyons. Or you can discover the rugged beauty and Viking heritage of Iceland in September. To learn more about these listener trips, visit michiganradio.org/travel. Michigan Radio is WULM 91.7 Ann Arbor, Detroit, WFUM 91.1 Flint, WRSS 91.3 Port Huron, WLNZ 89.7 Lansing, and WBGR 104.1 Grand Rapids, michiganradio.org. It's 6 o'clock.
The Supreme Court will not fast-track the key question about whether former President Donald Trump has immunity.
The move likely delays Trump's federal election interference trial.
Friday, December 22nd, it's All Things Considered from NPR News. I'm Scott Detrow.
And I'm Elsa Chang. The United States abstained from a UN Security Council vote calling for more humanitarian aid to Gaza.
We'll explain why the war there has big implications for cargo ships traveling through the Suez Canal.
The Palestinian cause is one of the key pillars of the Houthi ideological narrative.
Later, we'll hear about an old Puerto Rican Christmas tradition, a surprise musical party that can show up on your doorstep at any minute.
It's a lovely thing, he said, because even for just a little while, they can forget their pain and their day-to-day problems.
First, these news headlines.
Live from NPR News in Washington, I'm Jack Spear. The health ministry in Hamas-run Gaza now says the Palestinian death toll there has risen to more than 20,000. The United Nations Security Council has voted to approve a resolution calling for the expediting of aid deliveries to desperate residents without the original language calling for urgent suspension of hostilities. Still, U.S. Ambassador to the UN, Linda Thomas-Greenfield, says it's an important step.
This resolution will create the conditions that will allow for a sustainable cessation, for immediate and urgent steps to get the safe and unhindered and expanded humanitarian assistance and access to people on the ground.
The long delayed vote was 13-0, with both the U.S. and Russia abstaining. The Washington Post and its newsroom union have reached a tentative deal that boosts pay, especially for junior employees. NPR's David Folkenflik reports the Post just bought out 10% of its workforce.
The last contract extension ended 18 months ago, and union members had staged increasingly dramatic work actions. The Post, owned by Amazon founder Jeff Bezos, recently offered bonuses that would vanish if the deal wasn't struck before the new year. The union didn't get all it wanted, but pay will be lifted notably over the next 3 years from 8 to 30%. The Washington Post News Guild calls the deal without question the best contract it has won in half a century. That's a knot untangled for incoming Post CEO Will Lewis, who's to take over the financially troubled paper in 2 weeks. Lewis is still dogged by allegations he helped cover up wrongdoing at Rupert Murdoch's British tabloids a dozen years ago. He's denied that without addressing specifics. David Folkenflik, NPR News.
Nike plans to lay off workers as part of a plan to cut up $2 billion in costs. The company also slashed its annual sales forecast, sending down its own stock price along with rivals Adidas, Puma, and Lululemon. Minnesota customer.
Nike blamed slumping online demand, particularly in the key market that it calls Greater China, which includes Hong Kong and Taiwan. In the latest quarter, store sales in the region grew 16%, but Nike digital sales fell 22%. Executives said they're seeing, quote, more cautious consumer behavior around the world, and so they're taking a more, quote, prudent approach.